Let's consider Jesus' prophetic ministry in action. Referring to Jesus of Nazareth, think about his ministry, the things you've read about. What are the things he did that are most memorable to you? Might be worth pausing the video for a couple of minutes to reflect on this. When you come back, consider the broader title of this overall training this segment is part of, which is called The Power of Public Christian Witness for Such a Time as This. It sounds bold, it sounds inspiring, sounds inconvenient, which brings me to a bit of a confession. And as I'm anticipating a mostly Catholic audience, I think a lot of us will get the reference when I think of this as hopefully just a venial sin. I have been known to keep my candle under a basket. Somewhere along the line, I developed my version of Christianity built to stay safe, private, and out of the way. I came to believe that faith was about personal morality, a private relationship with God, and a ticket to heaven. Nothing wrong with any of that, but in fairness, I should point out that's probably not what I was taught, but I certainly recognized its convenience, and I think that shaped me. But the more I look at the Jesus of the Gospels, a strictly private faith kind of misses the point. One could go as far as to say it contradicts the life Jesus lived. The Holy Spirit did not equip me to blend into the background. My introversion might have, my comfort zone might have. Whatever it was, I really doubt it was the Holy Spirit. So let's consider these questions, or this question. What do I see when I look at what Jesus actually did? And this is kind of a preview of coming attractions. You'll soon see where I'm going with this. Jesus fed people. He didn't just pass out bread, he organized thousands on a hillside. He exposed the systemic scarcity of Rome and the religious elite by showing that in God's economy, there is always more than enough. Jesus confronted power. He didn't stay quiet in the countryside. He marched straight into the temple, the economic and political heart of Jerusalem, and flipped tables. He called out corrupt leaders to their faces, naming their hypocrisy. Jesus broke unjust norms. He publicly healed on the Sabbath. He openly associated with tax collectors, Samaritans, and women whom society had cast aside. Every time Jesus crossed a social line, he was making a public theological statement. God's love defies your unjust laws. Jesus wasn't crucified because he told people to love their neighbors in private. He was executed as a state criminal because his ministry had massive, unavoidable public consequences. He disrupted the status quo. He modeled a discipleship that refuses to separate spiritual devotion from public justice. He rested from time to time, but that candle was never under a basket. So as I slink away from that confession, continuing on that metaphor, the penance I perceive is to reflect, am I living the life of powerful public discipleship that the Holy Spirit has equipped me for and Jesus modeled for me? To continue with the economic metaphor, if discipleship costs me nothing, nothing changes nothing around me, it never makes power uncomfortable, Am I actually following Jesus or just admiring him from a safe distance to earn my Christian label? Public witness was not just an extracurricular activity for the early disciples, it was discipleship. To be a disciple of Jesus was to show up where Jesus showed up, on the margins, confronting oppression and embodying a love that people could actually see and feel in the public square. So I believe we are in such a time as this moment. The world does not need one more quiet Christian keeping his faith under a basket. In fact, I hope my basket has caught fire. I hope to be part of a collective, powerful, public witness. I now believe I have been equipped by the Holy Spirit for exactly this time. I want to practice finding and using my voice. I hope to share my own why I'm called story. I want to stop playing it safe. I hope to follow the Jesus who lived and died with public consequences. So, reflecting on some of Jesus' public action might not have been what ignited my basket, but it certainly has fanned the flames. Let's see what they do for the rest of us. Consider these four examples: Jesus cleansing the temple, Jesus healing on the Sabbath, feeding the 5,000, speaking with the Samaritan woman. For each example, consider and comment on these questions. What made this action public? What risk or disruption was involved? Whose power was threatened? Who benefited?